Hi folks, Mr. Weston here for Mr. Weston Game Review, and once again I'm working off script. So I think it's about time I actually give you a proper review of a game. Granted, the time's about 10 past 9 at night on, I believe it's the 14th of November actually. So I figured I might give you a proper review of a game that I've been playing a lot actually on the way to Melbourne. I do take the train up. Yes, a train. And it's The World Ends With You solo remix. Now, I don't know if you can actually see the screen properly, but for me, it actually looks awesome. So, for those of you who don't know, The World Ends With You solo remix is actually an edited version of this game here, The World Ends With You, which came out on the DS about a number of years ago. I think 2008, actually, yeah, 2008 in Australia. It's been out in 2007 in Japan, of course, because that's where it originally came out, of course. Give you a good backstory here. The game World Ends With You is set in modern Shibuya in Japan, in Tokyo. Well, Japan, I should say. I haven't really paid attention to where it's been located. Well, Tokyo's trendiest district. I'm going to read the back of the game here. So, unlike most of the other RPGs in this, now, to compare it, the DS version actually uses both screens. The top one actually controls your partner in the game, so you're only using two people, one on the top screen, one on the bottom screen. The one on the bottom screen actually uses the touchpad for all the movements, actions, everything. To translate that into the iPod version, it's actually quite interesting. Actually, I'll give you a good heads up on the controls. You're actually able to only use you're only using one person at a time, but you can use your partner in a variance of ways, either tapping or slashing, which is either the touch movement where you push constantly, or slash up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Or you slash across Neku for other things, or circle round and round, round. Nice. Da 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 da. So that's essentially how you use your controls on the World Ends With You solo remix, rather than on the top where you're using your partner with the directional buttons, or the A, B, X, Y if you're left-handed. And so yeah, that's pretty much it for control-wise. I will say graphics-wise, it actually sticks out quite well. One thing I will mention though, I'm currently using the iPod Touch 5 at the moment. It will not work for your lower versions. iPod Touch 4, of course, iPhone 4 definitely would work. It's about half a gig's worth, around 524, I believe, if not a bit more. So you do need the later version of it, because otherwise it just won't download, and you won't be able to transfer it, even if you do download it onto a computer, which I actually did, then found out the hard way that it wouldn't actually work. So that's something I will mention. But otherwise, look, graphics-wise, it looks awesome, if not better than the DS version. And so that's essentially it. Now, I've been playing it. One thing I will mention is it actually runs on your the timer on your iPod Touch or iPhone, whatever. So in it, you're able to boost your stats by using items every day, actually, to a limited degree, which I actually find quite interesting, because that way it actually keeps you going and going and going in and out, in and out, in and out, rather than playing it constantly, because otherwise you're not going to get any better. And let me think. Instead of using like mythical powers, I should say, use these things called pins, which is actually good to collect, actually. And one thing I will mention about gameplay is it's actually quite interesting doing all the touchpad stuff on it. let me think, what else is there? And actually, essentially controlling two people at once, avoiding enemies as well, which is definitely a big thing to do. You do have to focus really hard actually to not actually get hit by the enemies, and of course avoid obstacles as well, defeat them in quick periods of time. Now, of course, you do gain levels as well, but one mechanic I do like is each enemy has a drop rate of certain pins, but in order to make this drop rate increase even more, you have to decrease your level, which is actually a mechanic they did use in the DS version as well, and excuse me, sorry, they actually pretty much transferred all the mechanics from the 3DS not 3DS version, the DS version to the iPod version, which is actually quite good. Because yeah, that's essentially pretty much the game, because you do get the great mechanics from it. Let me think. I'm sure there's a few other things I need to mention. Otherwise, if I do forget to mention a few things, I'll probably put them on the website Critical KO Gamers when I type it out. But then I'll actually think about it a bit more. So yeah, so look, gameplay wise, let me think. We'll do it out of we'll do a 5-star sort of thing. So look, gameplay, I reckon about 4.5, because it keeps you on your toes. This is something that you actually need to pay attention to. It's not like some games where you love like an auto battle, or you're just constantly pressing A, B, or touch the screen and all that, and actually make the whole thing work. It's something that you do have to concentrate on, so that's pretty good. Sound, now this is something I should have mentioned earlier on. Sound is awesome. They actually use a whole bunch of recorded things. This is not like generic things in. It's proper music, stuff that you can actually download online. Most of the Japanese music tends to do that. They'll release like what's the other thing? OPs and all that sort of stuff. I'm not sure what it actually means. I need to look that up as well. But it's proper music. It's really good music. I'd probably listen to it myself actually. In fact, I need to download it. That's something I will do later on tonight. Music, I'll definitely give 4.5 as well. Some of it I don't listen to constantly, but you can change it. Of course, in the game, you can actually buy the CDs themselves and listen to them in the menu, which is actually quite good, because every time the menu opens up, it opens up with the last track you played, which I actually do like. Let me think. Okay, gameplay, sound, graphics. Definitely a must as well. That I'm going to compare it to the DS version and, of course, the version I'm playing right now. Definitely 5 stars for that. It actually looks great, really good. Certainly something that you do expect from Square Enix, which is the creators of it. So gameplay, sound, graphics. Longevity, definitely 5 stars. It will keep you going for a long time, unless you do play it constantly. It's sort of a game that you do have to play in short bursts, so I will say that much. Something like on a train ride, something where you're preoccupied for a little while before you do have to do something else, because it is more a casual game. I will say that, a more casual game, because otherwise. Because they do reward you for actually keeping away from it for a while. Actually, I will say this at the start, hopefully not to ruin it for you. Play through the first few days of it, and to get the good stuff, so you can actually keep away from it for a little while, because it will make it worthwhile. Let me think. There's probably no one. Story. Definitely a 4-star story. The story is actually quite interesting, actually. Granted, if you have played The World Ends With You on the DS, you will already know the story. But it's still worth engaging. I mean, this is a game that was released back in 2008. And if you haven't played it for a while, it is good to download it again. So all up, I think we'll make it 4.5 stars out of 5. I reckon that will be fair enough. So that's it. The World Ends With You solo remix. So if you didn't like me blabbering on and on and on about it, or if that you're that one viewer, I'm sorry I blabbered on for too long. So there you go. Again, work off script. There is no script right here. So if you do want to see read a proper version of this review, go to Critical KO Gamers on Tumblr. Don't go right now because obviously, well, if you are watching it the next day, do go on. If you're going to see this watch this video tonight, I'm surprised you're actually keeping up. But probably go on to the website about 10 o'clock or so, because by then I'll have it typed out. So that's it from me. Hopefully in the next few days I'll have another review up here. I reckon maybe Borderlands Legends. I reckon so. I'll probably put up Borderlands Legends on this page, and I'll also put it on the website as well. So this is Mr. Westing signing off. Catch you later.